everybody. I am currently situated in Orlando, West Virginia. This is 79 northbound. I'm currently headed to Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. Very, same location we have been to many times before. And so we're having to try to figure this out. So, here you guys, haven't heard from me in a while. And part of that was I forgot my laptop 1 week, so I had to sort of deal with that, which kind of sucks. I could have make videos, could have upload videos, but I've also been having to figure out, what new things I could do. I've sort of been going to the same locations. I absolutely hate it, but of course it's not all that entertaining for you guys. You have to go to the same exact places all the time. It just doesn't work out very well. Sometimes I do get a different location that I go to. Like, we got a right lane closed up here. Sometimes I do end up going to a different location, picking up. That's not Georgia Pacific, but it's not all that common. In fact, it's really rare for that to happen. But every time I go to those places, I forget to plug in my GoPro. It's always dead. It really sucks, but this is something that I have to remember again. Man, we are just like crawling up this hill. We're doing about 52 miles per hour. I'm not all that heavy. I'm probably around the 30 or 40,000 pound mark. I could just feel it, You get being part, of trucking, drive long enough, but you can sort of tell how heavy you are. And, this is pretty light. It's not all that bad. My bill of lading says it's about 16,000, something like that, which bill of lading weights are never accurate. They're just an estimate or guess, really. But it doesn't feel all that heavy. Also, I've been dealing with rain all day this morning. It's starting to let up now, but ever since I woke up here, and I just started my shift about an hour ago, or 2 hours, I'm sorry, and it's just been raining almost non-stop. I'm very happy it's letting up though. I wonder how bored those guys get sometimes. I believe there's actually officers in those police cars. Sometimes, not always. I believe construction workers, or maybe they can leave them behind sometimes. But I have seen police officers sit in those cars. So it's like they must be bored out of their mind because they can't leave. They can run radar and let other officers know what's going on, but it just must be so boring for those guys. I sort of understand it, tries to get people to slow down through work zones. Those are always work. People don't listen. You know, I've seen people doing like 80 work zone, and people don't give a shit. You know, it really blows my mind sometimes how fast people go through work zones. You know, I have, you know, even seen firsthand, you know, very close situations that have happened where people are just going too fast through work zones. Even without my personal experience, I was going through a work zone out of Indianapolis, which has been there for many, many years. Go through Indianapolis heading west, or I guess it's kind of both directions. Outside of Indianapolis, they have been working on the roads for many, many years up there. It's just a non-stop thing. And I was going through that one day, and a couple of guys, it was pitch freaking black out, as dark, and construction guys are running across the road. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like, I can't see you. And they were even looking at me like I was in the wrong, you know, because I wasn't exactly slowing down for the guys because I didn't see them. They were like waving their arms up and stuff like that. Like, for one, this has to be against your policy for you guys to be running across the road. Two, it would have probably been against me, of course, if I did hit somebody, hit them, but kind of a gray area there, I would think. You know, with seriously, I had a, you know, drive cam, so that would have recorded that situation if that did happen. And I could show he ran across the interstate, which, you know, is jaywalking across the interstate. He may be a construction guy, but, you know, it's been a very, very big gray area. You know, I was doing the speed limit too. You know, I don't speed very much in work zones, maybe 10 over, but that's kind of common. I even you know, most of the time keep it underneath that, but, you know, sometimes it's just not necessary. Sometimes the speed limits are absolutely ridiculous. You know, it'd be, I'd say many times where speed limit's 55 and there's absolutely nothing happening. There's just cones on the side of the road. That's it. You know, I'm not going to follow those. I keep it under 10 miles per hour so it doesn't set off for the company. Well, it's sort of learning. The company's not going to tell you this, but you can do like 10 over and nobody's going to mess with you. You know, do it a lot of the times, you know, especially in work zones. I don't know if they can even tell that, honestly, because it's GPS. They use the speed, they don't use that drive cam for the speed, for what we've been told. They just use a GPS, which GPS is not accurate in the speed limits for work zones. For example, it'd be 55 during the work zone and my GPS would say it's 70 miles per hour because it just doesn't know that it's a work zone. And it constantly changes anyways. So honestly, it'd be hard for them to tell whether or not that has happened. Something is, I can't tell what this is. I'm hearing like a sizzling noise. Sounds like it's my air brakes, like a conduction issue or a leak. But I checked everything this morning, and when I picked up this trailer, I was hearing it, and I had the window down. And usually, most of the time, if there's an air leak or, you know, the glide hands are not hooked up correctly, or would be correctly, but, you know, they're not aligned correctly, I would say, then you can hear it leak, and you would know, you know, you didn't get out there and fix that. But I can't tell what it is. I didn't hear any air leaks. I did in my pre-trip. I don't know what's going on with that. Sure, it's not my air conditioner. I don't think it's that. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of hard to tell. Also, another thing that has been going on, kind of sort of against telling you this because it's kind of bad situation and kind of still a little bit underneath under investigation here. I don't think anything else is further going to happen, but last week, I believe it was, I was at Bringsville dropping off, which you guys will see here in a minute. It is an absolute clusterfuck there right now. There's just trucks everywhere, especially when I went down. Usually it's not too bad, you know, most of the time it's pretty slow, but a lot of times here lately it's just been so freaking busy. Like, there's just trucks everywhere. You can't park anywhere. You just sort of have to park wherever you can. So I went down there, and I just sort of followed the leader, so I parked behind a guy, went in, signed in, got my paperwork, and when I come out, there's a truck trying to back in to his dock, and the truck that I was behind has moved, and he's trying to back in, making me really nervous. Like, he is inches from my truck. He was walking around my truck, knocking, doing a whole bunch of other stuff, being very impatient. And so, make me extremely nervous because, you know, I don't want this guy to hit my truck. So I immediately get in my truck. I immediately put in reverse. I don't recognize this number. Cancel that. So anyways, as I said, I immediately put in reverse, looking on mirrors, and I didn't see a guy behind me. As you can sort of guess what's going to happen next. Jesus Christ, this guy's going fucking slow. Guy's doing fucking 40 miles per hour. You've got to be kidding me, dude. We're not doing this. What the hell, man? I go slow in front of that guy on the side of the road, but no reason to do 40 miles per hour. So you're probably saying maybe the curves or the hill. You'll sort of understand. But the curves, you know, I do this every day, so I sort of know these curves very well, know how fast I can take them. And you can do 65, 70 all day. You won't have a problem. Some you need to slow down for than others, but anyways, so we were saying about, you know, the incident here. So I end up backing into the guy, of course, and the guy was really nice. He sort of understood what the situation was, you know, what happened. And he said his truck was already damaged, so no information was exchanged. I let the company know that, hey, this is what happened. No information was exchanged. Everything, you know, was okay. In fact, he sort of agreed with me. You know, he said he would probably been nervous as well. You know, that situation would have happened. And something that just baffles me from that, anyways, is I believe this guy had a co-driver or something like that, the guy that was backing almost into my truck. He was going all the way around my truck, looking around. He went in behind my truck and didn't say a word about it. It just sort of blows my mind. Like, he should have said something, man. You know, it said he was just being impatient. But it just goes to show you that, you know, you can't get nervous in this line of work. You gotta, you know, be calm in every situation. Do as best as you can, anyways. Because stuff like that can happen, and I have been having to learn how to do things again. You know, I'm making mistakes out here. You know, things that I knew before. You know, I'm just having to relearn them again. Just know that, you know, this is not what I should be doing. And this happens to everybody. I don't care what anybody says. Any driver would tell you they are the best driver there is. They have never made a mistake in their life. Never made a mistake in this field. And it's just a bunch of bullshit. Everybody makes mistakes out here. Everybody's going to do something. And I'm just fortunate enough mine has not been serious. You know, I have not taken somebody's life, and I don't plan to. I've done a little bit of damage, but that's going to happen. You know, I'm almost positive that everybody does this sometimes. you know, does this at least once in their career, or made some silly, stupid mistake that they should have known better, or they should have known not to do. Like going down a road that you're not supposed to. No truck roads. You are going to eventually get into a situation like that. I don't care, you know, how good of a driver you are, how much you know. You're going to get yourself in a situation like that. Sometimes it's just unavoidable. But you just have to roll with things. You just have to do what's best. Just got a message from the dispatcher. I don't know what this was about, but Jesus. Need to put on some sunglasses, man. It's starting to get sunny out. Rain and sunny, that doesn't make any sense. A lot of boats. Right now I'm just sitting here cruising. I don't have any reason to be in a hurry here, even though I am bad off on this load. Don't know if I went over this or not, but we're gonna go over it anyways. Yesterday, or a couple of days ago actually, it took about a day and a half. I was having some issues with my air conditioner. I needed a new AC condenser, and that took about a day and a half for parts, you know, get checked in and stuff like that. It got really hot. Well, it was kind of weird. So it would work most of the time. You know, it'd blow ice cold air. It was working like it should be. But it would have its incidents, and this has happened several times, where it just stops working. It typically happens when I turn the truck off and restart it. For example, you know, shut the truck off to go take a shower or something like that. I would come back and the air conditioner wasn't working. Or is it even simple as, you know, just going to the store for a few minutes, shut the truck off, come back in, the air conditioner's not working. And so, before things got really bad, I went in there because, you know, everywhere there's like a record heat. Like here where I had been, you know, going up to Pennsylvania, something like that, man, I have seen it up to almost 90 degrees. So that is not a time that you want to be going without air conditioner. It is not an enjoyable time. Including, you know, it's like being in a car. You know, whatever it is outside, it's like 10 or 20 degrees hotter in this truck. You know, for example, one day you know, actually I think it was this week, where I actually a pretty nice day. It was pretty cool. You know, wind was nice, wind breeze. You know, it was very nice out, and it was hotter in this truck than it was outside. That is bad. So I just wanted to get that fixed before all that stuff happened, before it went out completely. And I'm surprised with the load that I have right now, I did not lose it, because this load is very late. Of course, it took a day and a half, and man, yesterday getting that fixed, I was up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. By the time dealing with all that, it was like 8-9 o'clock in the afternoon, like almost being up 15-16 hours. You know, I couldn't take it anymore. I was just so exhausted, man. So what I did was I cut it a little bit early. I had plenty of time. You know, I wasn't going to make it to the shipper, but I had, like, I believe, close to maybe 5-6 hours left of driving, but I couldn't take it anymore. And the company is very good at making, you know, just leaving you alone and let you make those decisions. As long as you're actually doing your job right, you get the loads there, they typically don't mind. But you know, at the end of the day, we're kind of in charge of this truck. We're the captain of the ship, pretty much. So if we're feeling tired, you know, we have every right not to drive. That's just what happens. Wow, that trailer is very rattly. They got a whole bunch of noise. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but alrighty guys, so I think I'm going to be wrapping this video up here. I will see you guys when we get to Shippensburg, which is about 3 hours and 19 minutes away. And I think I'm gonna, like I said, be wrapping things up here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.